Gemini 3 Flash is here and it is extremely fast, nearly as good as Gemini 3 Pro, and on some benchmarks, even better. It's super efficient and very cheap. It is the best overall model on the planet right now. Here are the benchmarks. So first, the price is 50 cents per million input tokens, which is a fourth of the cost of Gemini 3 Pro, a sixth of the cost of Claude Sonnet 4.5, and a third of the cost of GPT 5.2. And as you can see here, it is comparable on almost every single major benchmark against Gemini 3 Pro, Claude Sonnet 4.5, GPT 5.2, and Grok 4.1 fast. But the one that sticks out the most to me is Sui Bench Verified, scoring a 78%, beating Gemini 3 Pro by 2 percentage points and coming just 2 percentage points below GPT 5.2. And yes, it did beat Claude Sonnet 4.5. It's incredibly good at coding. This should be your new default coding model. I've always been a speed maxi, and this proves it. And this is the perfect model if you're a speed maxi, but also want quality and also want the cheapest cost. Google is basically giving it away for free right now. It is available in the Gemini app. It's available in all of their suite of workplace products. It's available in Google Search. Again, all for free. The Flash series of models from Google jumped from all the way down here on Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index to the number 3 model in the world, beating Claude Opus 4.5. And that is an index of all the major benchmarks and independently verified. And it's great for multimodal use cases. It accepts video, audio, images, text, basically any modality you want, you can give it to Flash. It's an incredible model. Google has cemented itself as the best model provider in 2025. But the one thing it isn't is open source. And that's where NVIDIA comes in for our next story. NVIDIA just dropped the Nemotron 3 family of models, open source, open weights, really just an incredible family of models. If you want to download it, if you want to fine tune it, if you want to do RL on it, and you just want to own your model, own the data, this is the best way to go. It comes in 3 sizes, Nano, Super, and Ultra. Nano is a 30 billion parameter model with 3 billion active parameters, MOE. Super is a 100 billion parameter model, 10 billion active. And Ultra is a 500 billion parameter model with 50 billion active. And they're much faster, 4 times faster than the previous Nemotron 2 family of models. You're also getting new tooling from NVIDIA. You're getting all of the tools necessary to do whatever you want with these models. And a ton of new data. 3 trillion tokens of Nemotron pre-training, post-training, and reinforcement learning datasets supply the rich reasoning, coding, and multi-step workflow examples needed to create highly capable domain-specialized agents. It's already supported by LM Studio, Llama CPP, SG Lang, and VLLM. And of course, you can get it, download it, play around with it from Hugging Face. Next, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, HubSpot. If you've ever wondered how I stay up to date on everything in the AI industry, it is because I automate basically everything else in my business. And I worked with HubSpot to document those automations and bring it to you for free. We've created the 9 AI automations for Forward Future My Business. And it shows you the most powerful automations that I use to do everything from content creation to research to lead generation and more. This guide tells you exactly which tools we use, how we set it up, and the output that we get. And my favorite part is that these automations are generalized, so you can apply them to almost any business. You don't have to be a content creator. So check it out, download it for free. I'll drop a link down in the description below. Thank you to HubSpot for partnering with me on this, and back to the video. But of course, OpenAI is not one to miss a week of media. So they dropped a new version of their image model. This is a brand new version of ChatGPT Images. This allows you to create better images than previous generations. You can do precise editing, which was always better with the Nano Banana model, but now you could do it with ChatGPT Images. And it is 4 times faster than previous generations of image gen from ChatGPT. So here's an example. We have Mark Chen, we have Jakob, and we have a dog, and put them all together, combine the 2 men and the dog in a 2000s film camera style of them looking bored at a kid's birthday party, and the accuracy is fantastic. And it follows instructions more reliably. Look at this. New on the left, old on the right. Draw a 6x6 grid. Row 1, the Greek letter beta, a beach ball, a lemon. So basically describing what should be in every single square. And then same thing over here. And obviously this is 4 by maybe 6.5. Definitely not good. This is flawless. Really high quality and accurately following the prompt. It's also really good at text rendering, which is very important for image generation. So as you can see here, all of the text looks perfect. I don't see a single flaw in any of them. Let's look at another comparison. Make a scene in Chelsea, London in the 1970s, photorealistic, everything in focus with tons of people and a bus with an advertisement for Image Gen 1.5. All right, so here's the new version on the left, the old version on the right. This one looks a little bit more saturated, a little bit warmer colors, and you can kind of see the billboard on the bus is kind of cut off. This one looks better in a lot of ways. I wouldn't say it's drastically better, but definitely better. Here's an example, a crowd of tens of thousands of people in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. Everybody's face should be visible. So you can see this one's really good. This one, again, kind of more of a warm color, and you can't see all of the faces as well as you can in this one. And then Sam Altman posted this himself, okay, to be fair. It is a holiday themed firefighter calendar pinup thing, and it obviously is featuring Sam Altman, and it's funny. All of the text looks right. His face looks incredibly accurate. I don't know about the abs, can't say for myself, but funny nonetheless. Technium put this together, most likely to launch a new image model, and this is a play on the very famous image of Sam Altman in the early days when he was pitching looped and wearing double pastel color collared shirts. And here's that picture for reference. So go try out the new image model from ChatGPT. And next, I did not have this on my bingo card for 2025, but apparently Zoom now has a frontier model. Zoom, the video conferencing company. Zoom, the company that peaked during the biggest work from home trend in history. And look at this, humanity's last exam. We have Zoom federated AI at 48.1 as compared to Gemini 3 Pro, 45, Opus 4.5 from Anthropic, 43, and GPT-5 Pro with tools, 42%. And so here's a little bit about what makes this model special. We recognize that no single model, no matter how advanced, could excel at every task. This insight led us to develop our federated AI approach, a sophisticated system that leverages the unique strengths of multiple models while introducing novel architecture innovations. Our federated approach combines Zoom's own small language models with advanced open source and closed source models using our proprietary Z-score system to select and refine outputs for optimal performance. And so this isn't actually their own model. It is a federated AI system, meaning they basically figured out how to route the right prompt to the right model at the right time for optimal results. And it actually worked. As I mentioned, it is all based on their Z-score system. All right, next, in awfully disappointing news, Bernie Sanders has come out in support of a moratorium on building out more data centers. I am incredibly opposed to this position. I think it is a horrible position. There is just no way Bernie Sanders understands how AI works, let alone tech in general. And he is saying we now need to completely stop building AI data centers. First of all, that would completely cede the AI race to China. That would be devastating for our geopolitics. Next, he cherry picks a bunch of doomer talking points to prove his point, but doesn't mention how many of the thought leaders and AI leaders are saying it's going to be incredibly beneficial for society, including myself. And of course, he frames all of this in the argument that AI is only going to benefit the 1%, not everybody, which is not true. AI is cheap, it is widely available, and yes, companies, the top 1% of people, the top 1% of companies need to invest in it to build it out. The argument alone that China will zoom ahead of us if we put a moratorium on building data centers is argument enough to make this invalid. He also talks about electricity prices skyrocketing. Well, instead of putting a moratorium on building data centers, why don't we build more energy infrastructure? That will definitely create more jobs, and not only for building the data centers, but also building the energy infrastructure. We're talking about contractors, electricians, architects. These are incredibly valuable jobs that we can have sourced right here in America. So I was just extremely disappointed to see this. Next, another story about OpenAI. Apple Music is now coming to ChatGPT. According to 9to5Mac, soon you'll be able to ask ChatGPT to quickly create Apple Music playlists amongst other things. And this all stems from apps inside ChatGPT, which was launched just a few months ago. Adobe just announced that Photoshop, Acrobat, and other major applications from the software maker are going to be available natively in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is quickly becoming the default entry point for the internet, which is wild to think about. This is a fundamental change in how people use the web. And let's just keep talking about OpenAI. According to the information, OpenAI is in talks to take a $10 billion investment from Amazon. Probably the last company on earth that hasn't invested in OpenAI at this point. We're gonna need a new infographic that shows the interconnected nature of all of these AI companies. Amazon is in talks to invest $10 billion or more in OpenAI, according to 3 people familiar with the discussions. The valuation would be higher than $500 billion, one of the people said. The Amazon investment would help OpenAI afford some of the commitments it has made to rent servers from cloud providers. And last month, it announced they would spend $38 billion, they being OpenAI, renting servers from AWS over the next 7 years. So basically what's happening is OpenAI is promising to rent servers, infrastructure, GPUs, whatever you want to call them, from major companies like Oracle, from NVIDIA, from now Amazon. And in return, these companies are basically just giving them the money and taking a piece of the company. This is definitely one of those things that make me a little bit uncomfortable. And it's all about the Trainium chips, that is custom silicon from AWS. OpenAI is trying to get their hands on every single GPU, TPU, Trainium chip that they can. That is the way that they'll be able to scale up pre-training, that they'll be able to serve the incredible inference demand that is already here and increasing exponentially. And last, Meta has released another open source model in their family of SAM models, that is segment anything models, all part of the SAM3 family. They had SAM3, SAM3D, and now SAM audio. It allows you to splice audio, extract audio, isolate audio, all from any piece of audio that you want to upload. So whether you want to do audio isolation, if you want to look at a video, click on a certain object and just isolate that object's audio, like this example of the pelican, or this example of isolating 2 people talking in a noisy restaurant.
Double check to make sure that it wasn't canceled, because you know that instructor is kind of a little flaky. So
no, check it now, because otherwise he's going to follow up with you.
It is super easy, and again, open source, open weights, very, very cool. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.